EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Orlando Classic. Headed for the bunker? Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, you just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot. Out of the sand and back on the fairway.
Yeah, good shot. Just really utilized that little bit between the ears. Realized he couldn't reach the green and instead opted for fairway.
On the green in regulation.
Even par currently.
That birdie gets the player to red figures, 1 under for the tournament. Let's get back to the action at the 5th. Frank, when you get out of the gates, as our featured golfer has done, with a lot of pars, steady play, what's the mindset?
You've got to keep doing that, Rich. Just maybe get a little closer to the hole, drive a little bit better, work on the pace of the putting. Just little gains, and then all of a sudden you're going to notice a big difference in the scorecard.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Oh, looked like you caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this. Oh, how did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Frank, talk to us about the 6th hole.
I don't want to. It's too difficult.
Why not?
It's too hard. It's too difficult. John Daly made 18.
But that's not such a bad score. If you break it down, that's...
Break it down for one hole? It broke
3
him
pars
down.
and an eagle. Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the hole location from here.
Should be safely on deck.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Looks like he just misread that. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Oh, that'll put the smile back on the face.
Well, after that beast of a par 5 with all the water, take a sigh of relief and you come to the par 3-7.
It still takes a good tee shot here, though, Rich. Narrow entry, green's 30 yards deep. You still really got to focus on hitting a good shot here.
You know what's great about Bay Hill is that it's the house that Arnold Palmer built, the King. And if you do visit Bay Hill, there's actually a decent chance that at some point you'll bump into Arnold, either in the grill room for breakfast or out on the driving range. He still loves the game, always has. And there's also a good chance that Arnold will say hello to you, look you in the eye. He is the best there ever was when it comes to fan interaction. Into the tall cabbage, that ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. So a tester from 4 feet. With authority, count it as a par and 2 under. Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Orlando Classic. Headed for the bunker, I think. That one is in the bunker. Not quite what he was hoping for, the tee shot in the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you've got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.
Now at the 8th, and Frank, this really is a clever design, fun hole to play.
Very pretty hole. That bunker down the left, just over 300 yards. Ideally, you just work it off that bunker.
Good contact, good result. Well, that's the way you draw it up here at the 8th. You want to get it out there. He's done that, and he's kept it in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Could use this. A putt for par. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Rounding out the front 9 here at Bay Hill, 474-yard par 4. Frank, you've played this hole before. Where are you lining up when you step onto the tee here?
There's an out of bounds all the way down the left side that you have to be cognizant of. But that bunker, 290 yards carries it. And yet again, another hole that favors the long hitter.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. All right, partner, break down this approach shot here at the par 4 9th.
What you're looking at is one of the biggest greens on the golf course, Rich. So it gives you a chance to be perhaps a little more aggressive than what you would normally think on a par 4 that's just a little under 500 yards.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Continues to putt beautifully. Just a perfect springtime day here in Orlando, Florida. We're at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Frank, how do you get off to the perfect start on this second 9 here?
One of the few holes here that actually moves to the right, so a little cut off those 2 bunkers. Either that, or if you can fly the ball 280, 285, you can take it over the right, or just an iron.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
And it makes the green in regulation. This would be nice. 2 straight birdies.
Sneaking into contention here with that birdie.
Top 15 now on the leaderboard. Another par 4 here, the 11th. It's just under 440 yards. This time, there's water looming left and then bunkers on the right-hand side. It's a pretty good challenge, Frank.
This hole's very similar to the 3rd hole on the front side. 2 bunkers down the right side. Just got to keep it a little left. You don't have to hit driver here. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicklaus over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
This is a pretty good performance right here. 6 under for the tournament. Third round coverage comes your way tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Nobilo and our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live third-round coverage of the Orlando Classic. One of the famous layouts on the PGA Tour is the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. This is the King's Palace. Arnold Palmer built it, Frank, in the 1970s.
And for so long it has been the showcase for Orlando golf.
Now to the par 4 11th, just a shade under 440 yards. Where are the difficulties here, Frank?
The water down the left, but the hole keeps going that way, almost in a semi-horseshoe fashion. Two bunkers down the right, they always catch the stray tee shot, but once again, you don't have to hit driver here. You've got to get that ball in play.
From 105 out. Frank, when you look at great rivalries in sports, you realize that athletes need each other. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to achieve greatness, to achieve legendary status. And in golf, Tom Watson needed Jack Nicklaus to push him to another level.
And also to define an era. Without one, we couldn't think of the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s or the 2010s. You need those players to define that era. So you need competition. Competition is not without rivalry.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Even par currently.
And that's a bogey. Frank, now we're at the 574-yard, par 5 12th. How critical are the par 5s if you're trying to put a score on the board here at Bay Hill?
They're crucial, Rich, because the par 4s are very, very difficult. So anytime you get a par 5, really got to take advantage of it.
Excellent looking shot here.
I tell you, there's long and long, and that with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. Setting up in the fairway, 200 yards to where that hole is cut.
In the direction of the sand.
It looks like it. Just a bit offline and into the bunker. You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly. Well, hello there. That's an eagle.
Might be languishing in the middle of the pack, but at least celebrate that.
At the par 4 13th now, this is a hole, Frank, that requires some smart club selection. What are the options here?
Yeah, very sneaky par 4. That bunker on the right is 250 yards or so off the tee. So you've either got a choice to play short of that or sneak it down the end, which is about 300 yards. But if you try and be bold here and miss the fairway, that second shot, evil.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. Putting up some impressive numbers out here now, 9 under for the tournament. Frank, one of the things I like about Bay Hill is it requires you to hit clean, strong golf shots, and here's another case at the par 3 14th. It's more than 200 yards.
Another one, really, you've just got to play it through the air. You can't play this like an Open Championship run-up par 3. Must fly it onto the green.
Headed for the bunker? Well, we've seen this before today, in the bunker. Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a greenside bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sand wedge. Amazing. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. That was cruel. It looked like it was certainly going in.
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Don't forget the final round comes your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, so long for now. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Orlando Classic. The house that Mr. Palmer built, Bay Hill Club and Lodge, nestled in the heart of Orlando, Florida. This course plays host to one of the great tournaments on the PGA Tour schedule, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo here today, bringing you all the action from today's round at Bay Hill. Frank, as we come to the 14th of par 3, what's ahead for the players?
Once again, another tough par 3 coming up. Narrow at the front. It gets a little wider the further you go up this green.
Frank, he's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Frank, looks like he came over just a little bit.
Yeah, that one wasn't pretty, but it's still gonna get away with it.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, deep in the round at the 15th, you need to maybe make something happen. How difficult is that with such a huge dog leg here?
Once again, make sure you know the distance to carry the bunker or run out. You got to. Oh, he is winding this one up. Does he have the power? Grab the fire extinguisher. Put it. That ball is on fire. It's melting going through the air. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here. Get down. Lay down. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par. That's a big green. Just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Frank, a solid par right there. Maintains his position. We've seen guys through the years below the tournament right on this hole.
Yeah, if you get a little too greedy here, you try and make eagle. It's sometimes with a good tee shot, it's an easy 4, but a 3 brings 7 into play.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Frank into the finishing stretch now, and really a good chance to make something happen.
Big swing hole here, 16, very reachable, but consequently, too, you've got to hit a great second shot. They've changed this green, especially that left side. Left and short, you're going to come back to the water, but such a great reward.
NASA, we have a splashdown. This now the 4th shot after the last one was in the water.
Yeah, just somehow just get it on the green.
Not in the fairway, but not too bad, just in that first cut. Nudge this one home, finish it up. He's made it. Always like this par 3, Frank. Par 3 17th. Let me amend that. I like watching the best in the world play it because it can be daunting, especially with the pressure ratcheted up.
When they have the tournament on, this green is brick hard. It's a little bit downhill. That's about the only advantage you get.
This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Trying to make yet another birdie. Oh my goodness, he missed it. He missed the bunny. That's like missing a layup in basketball. Good roll, solid. That's a par. You know, Tiger was born on the same day as LeBron James, December 30th. And he's had his share of slam dunks, especially on the 18th hole here at Bay Hill.
Yeah, he's just a perfect fit for the golf course. You'd think every now and again he fears left, but he doesn't fear left at Bay Hill. We've seen his best golf over the years, over the last 15 or so years. To win there 8 times, nobody's come close to that. Ernie Els, one of the great players in the world, has won it twice.
Well, Frank, I just love this second shot here at 18. We've seen it so many times. We've seen some great moments, and we've seen some very unfortunate ones as well.
It scares the living daylights out of even the best players in the world. Very skinny entry to this crescent-shaped green on the left side. But if you go down the left, there's those 2 bunkers that sort of stop you going too far left. If you go straight at it, there's another bunker towards the right. This is so much about, are you swinging good? Do you have the shot? Now I've got to find out.
Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong. Good read, good line, well played.
Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf, and it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.